Down into turn 10, you trail brake a long way deep into that corner. You're on the brakes, just guarding it as you turn into the corner. That's what I mean by trail braking. You do a similar thing into turn 12 as well. It's such a long corner is turn 12. And then you've got these fast two corners coming up, dismissing the chicane that used to be there on the right-hand side. Nice high-speed corner. You really feel the G-force going through your whole body. You got the electronic brakes as well, harvesting the energy when you put your foot on the left brake. So it's integrated into the steering wheel, and you can control it digitally, as we see Ocon come up to the line to do the fastest time for what it's worth so far in the 1:15.
Yeah, round the final corner for Carlos Sainz, and over the line with the DRS about 4/10 up on Lando Norris, who did his lap on the medium time.
Yesterday, I was watching Carlos Sainz's throttle trace properly through that final corner. You could just see it on the graphics on the halo, and barely a lift through that final corner. So I should imagine later on in qualifying, if we do see those graphics, watch out before you get to turn 12, a long corner. It feels like you're in there forever, even at these speeds in Formula One. And then you can be full throttle through 13, penultimate corner, then into the final corner. I wish I could see the graphic on the halo on his car as he crosses the line to only go P3. Somebody's surprised by that. You never know, it could be. But here's Hamilton on the medium tyre as well. So as a complete reference, back-to-back between the two cars, what can Hamilton do? Goes faster than Piastri. Now I'm really surprised.
And Max Verstappen, maybe they put a bit more ballast frontwards on his Red Bull, which is why he's struggling with rear grip, because the balance is just a bit out of kilter on that one. Just a surmise on that.
Here we go. So Russell around that final corner, like you say, Crofty, on an absolute flyer. 13.4 on the board for him, and almost 5/10 quicker than Lando Norris. But again, he's on those soft tyres. So yeah, the Mercedes seems to be competitive. It's there or thereabouts, isn't it? We saw that yesterday as well.
I have something hard on my left leg of my seat, so we can just check that. That'd be good. Copy.
That's an odd one for Oscar Piastri, because it's the same
seat pushing against something, or someone left something on the seat. The timing charts, the timing screens say it's a bit slower. So have they, to stop it sliding around, have they put a bit more wing on, and therefore it's a bit draggier down the straights?
Well, also don't forget that he's on older tyres here. So he had already done a lap, and that he's sitting P3 at the moment. Yeah. So you start losing a lot of the edge of the tyre, especially when it's as hot as this.
Something I never thought I'd see on television, but Liam Lawson just goes way too wide there. But it's a super little interview, and Kimi in a very chatty mood. That just got worse, didn't it, for Liam Lawson? Went wide at turn 10, and then slid and dipped a couple of tyres into the gravel at the top of the hill, and I'm not surprised he's coming in.
But we might actually, so this is turn 10, a little bit wide, and actually you're off the track, all four wheels over the white line, so that lap, if it was qualifying, that would get deleted. So then he gets to turn 12, probably still some rubbish on his tyres from turn 10, and that's all it took to send the rear out. And when it happens so late in the corner like that, it's awful, because you've already committed to going full throttle.
Any other issue in the car, so they're just trying to double check it's exactly as they want. It can drift in pit stops, it can sometimes get a nudge on the curb, but less likely. It's probably more that the setup's gone out, not as they expected it to.
Thanks ever so much, Bernie. Ollie Behrman just going a tad wide. Liam Lawson territory there.
Interesting when you do kick up the gravel now through either turn 10, 12, where they're the only two corners where you can really make mistakes. And speaking of that,
so I've just been looking for a flag, because you need to see a flag occasionally. We've got a great view from the top of the grandstand in our commentary box, and I can see a flag, Ant, and guess where the wind's blowing at the moment when it comes to turn 10?
Towards turn 10.
It is a tailwind to turn 10, ladies and gentlemen. Good
there
guess.
You go. It's actually quite normal for this track, The wind usually picks up as well in the afternoons.
It's not a day that we normally come racing, which I'm sure Lewis Hamilton's been quite pleased about in the past, because it's also his dad's birthday today. So rather than spending the day with his dad going fishing or whatever they do, he's got to come here and work instead. And there's Max Verstappen with a 1:13.3 to go a couple of hundredths ahead of George Russell.
Oh, you mean for their second runs?
Yeah, for their second runs. Lando Norris is out there at the moment, but, you know, Piastri, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, all in the garage currently, and he has gone way too wide. Has Lando Norris.
Yeah, no harm done.
No, that's the little chicane there that the bikes use that, I think, do they?
Here we go then, riding on board. What happens? Oh, it sounds like, you know what, the car hit the ground quite a lot. There's a lot of touch in there, wasn't
out
there?
A bit. I think they were new tyres, mate.
Well, and that was
they would, because he ran mediums before those.
So, wow, well, the first sector, something had already gone wrong for him, so it wasn't even a personal best there. Where the driver's doing a lot of work and feeling the balance.
So, Lando, in turn 9, we think it wasn't touching, but we saw porting. So if we want to fix that, we'd have to box now to lift at the rear.
And they came in for a slight adjustment.
And that's why you end up, when it really matters, with moments like this in turn 12, the rear lets go first of all, the wind direction not helping, and you just think, I'm going to keep my foot in there anyway, and that's when you run into the gravel. But it was all going wrong even before he turned into turn 12.
Yeah.
Just as he started to, the rear wasn't there for him.
Gravel waiting to catch you 2/10 off your best time. You've probably picked up 2/10 worth of performance and setup. Yeah?
There's at least 4/10. I'd say on a day like today, and a mistake thrown in for good measure as well through turn 12. So let's say it's comfortably you go 5/10 quicker if that lap was clean and you throw another set of new tyres at it.
Downshift's not working properly, mate. I don't know what's wrong with the gear shift. Understood. Taking a look. Gear shift's not working. I got no gear shift.
So what gear is Lewis Hamilton stuck in?
Wow, it's odd that you can't downshift.
But it's a worrying time ahead of qualifying for Ferrari. As for McLaren, they picked up where they left off yesterday, and it's Oscar Piastri, half a second ahead of his teammate Lando Norris. Now, part of that can be explained by the fact that Lando went off, touch of porpoising at turn 9 on his first flying lap. So came in, little adjustment, went back out again. Tyres had dropped off a bit by the time he went out again. So that half a second could be reduced if Norris had got a full lap together. Either way, they're a big way clear of Charles Leclerc. 7/10 off for Ferrari, then George Russell 4th and Max Verstappen, and Isaac Hadjar 2nd off the pace in 5th and 6th. Outside of the top 10, impressive from Gabriel Bortoleto, decent time from him, and ahead of his teammate Nico Hülkenberg. He's out-qualified him 3 times out of 8 so far this season. Williams' struggles continue. Alex Albon's got an issue that needs fixing. Lewis Hamilton's got a gearbox that needs checking.